you mentioned right now you're going back for a teacher's licensure. So when Ross came and worked with us at Liberty, he really helped me understand the need for, if you have an undergraduate degree and a CSCS and you're going for a master's degree, get it in education. And I've heard you mention that on another podcast. So can you just go into why you think master's in education? And then when you do get your teacher's licensure, will your day change at all? Will things look different for you? You mentioned, you have your athlete only block, you have some general pop, your second job starts at 2:30. What would it look like if there's any changes at all?
Yeah, so I think driving that undergraduate CSCS population to getting a master's of education degree, because when we look at job descriptions, when we look at openings wherever, it just says master's preferred. It doesn't necessarily have to be a master's of science.
Mm-hmm.
I did the unfortunate thing that I thought I was going to go into the collegiate and professional realm, so I got a master's of science.
Yep.
And now, like, on the other end of COVID and all the different parts of my career, I have a major regret of just not getting a master's of education, because now I just have something stuck in my side doing classwork when I can be data processing or programming or assessing more athletes. But I have some time consuming things. My job isn't going to change when I get my teaching license.
Okay.
So currently, like, I'm teaching on what they call as like an emergency license. I'm in a program through East Carolina, which is all online, asynchronous, which is beneficial, especially asynchronous to a strength coach, because I'm going to do stuff when I got the time to do it. So I think just driving that, but also kind of spinning it on its head. If we want better strength coaches, if we want just better coaches in general, not necessarily in strength and conditioning, we need to start looking at how we get educators in the building. Because I was lucky to go to a private school where you don't need a teaching license to teach at a private school.
Yeah.
Like, our dean of science in high school worked at NASA. My freshman year biology teacher was one of the founding scientists on oxycodone. Like, those aren't necessarily normal people that you see at a public school.
Yeah.
But we want these kids to learn from all these people from different parts of life, but nothing that I'm going to learn in a K through 12 health and physical education teaching licensure program is going to prepare me to be a strength and conditioning coach. It's just not. You can learn stuff after, but we need to look at it from a state and a national level of, okay, I understand going for education for if you're teaching elementary English or middle school history, or even like some of those high school subjects. But if we have something as specific as I'm teaching strength training, I'm teaching athletic performance, and I have 2 degrees in exactly that, what am I getting out of just having a teaching licensure other than spending money and spending time on it? Especially like we had, I think going into this school, we had over 400 teacher openings in our school district. People aren't going to school to be teachers right now.
Wow. Wait, so K through 12 in all the multiple schools in that district, you had 400 like open teaching positions.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, but okay.
But that's like exactly it. So it's like, how are we getting people in the buildings that may be really, really good at something, but don't come with a teaching license? Yeah. I saw with one of my interns, who's now a full-time strength coach up in the Chapel Hill area. Like, he was getting denied from jobs because he didn't have a teaching license. I'm like, he has a master's in strength and conditioning, and you want him to teach strength training.
Yeah. What are we doing?
He's ready and willing to work, and he will go to school to get his teaching license because he's a hard worker and he's fresh out of school. Luckily, I'm still relatively fresh out of school too. So having classwork isn't necessarily like super daunting to us. But you're looking at a person who has experience out of the wazoo, degrees and everything, certifications and everything, and you're turning them away because they don't have a teaching licensure. What are we doing from a state and national level to kind of progress education forward and get more specific and more hands-on educators in the building?
Yeah. No, that's perfect. And